Hello everyone and welcome to another Magic Arena video. My name is Xandierious and today I have a Abzan Misfits deck. It is a deck that I came up with. It is janky. It is beautiful. I played a couple games and I was actually kind of impressed with how it performed. So I decided to hit the big old record button on this weird video. We're going to go over the build, and if you don't know, Abzan is green, white, black. So Golgari, Selesnya, or Job. So we have 4 Healer's Hawk. It's a good 1-drop. We got 2 Fungal Infection, a Knight of Grace, and a Knight of Malice. I don't have any more of either, so that's what we're running. We got 2 Drover the Mighty for some mana fixing. We got Thorn Lieutenant. We got Amara, Soul of the Accord, 2 of them. Knight of Autumn, I only have 1. 4 History of Benalia, a great white card. The core of the deck is white. March in the Multitudes, I threw in the one I had. 2 Seraph the Scales, it's a good flyer. It has Afterlife 2 in case it dies. 2 Poison Tip Archer, a great defensive card with the Death Touch and Reach. Conclave Tribunal is a must. Hualti, since I'm running a creature-based deck and I have a Hualti. 2 Doom Whisper, 2 Eldest Reborn, 2 Flower Flourish for some mana fixing or late game buffs if I need to close out a game that way. 2 Fine Finality, because on one end it's a great creature digging tool, and on the other it's a great board wipe if things get absolutely out of hand on the other side. 1 Ethereal Absolution, because once again I'm a creature deck and I have a Vraska Relic Seeker, so it made the cut. Land base is pretty standard. Nothing too crazy. I don't have a lot of the shock and check lands, so it's just what I have. Alright, enough stuttering over my words. We're going to go play a couple matches. I don't think Abzan has a great place in the meta right now. I don't think it's highly competitive. I could be wrong. I'm sure someone could argue for a good Abzan control with the black-white and the Golgari. We don't have any white. And we're going to have to take the mulligan. We're down a land already. It's looking like another mulligan. We're going to have to keep this one. We do have a second turn Drover if we don't get totally eaten alive. We're looking at the modified mono blue tempo. That's fine. Not sure if we'll be able to stop the mono blue tempo train, but we can look at it. Terramander is very interesting. I don't know why they have a River Sneak, though. It's a very strange inclusion for the deck. So we have some mana fixings. We'll be able to play Knight of Grace next turn. If we top deck a Plains, we can go straight for the History. They're looking at my Drover, wondering if I'm some sort of dinosaur deck. I am not. I'm just simply trying to fix my mana, and that's what I came up with. They got a good draw off of Chart a Course. Was able to lay down the mana for a dive down. We're not going to get the History of Benalia on curve. So I'll have to play out my Knight of Grace. They might opt in response. I do have mana open for Assassin's Trophy if that's what they care about. Honestly, even if I had an Assassin's Trophy, I don't think anything on their board would be worth it. Not yet. Not without a Curious Obsession. So that's going to resolve. Good. They're looking at the Drover. They're wondering what's going on with my deck. Lots of mana screw. Lots and lots of mana screw. Ever since the last arena update, I have been running into either complete mana screw or mana flood like crazy. We have enough for a Doom Whisper. They didn't leave up mana for Essence Capture or Essence Scatter. So we're going to play out the Doom Whisper. I am going to go in for the attack with the Knight of Grace. There's absolutely nothing to lose in doing so. Going to get the damage through, no problem. Alright. So we're going to kick it back over to them. We're going to be taking 1-2 damage guaranteed. They have 1 in the graveyard. Alright. That's all they're going for. So I'm going to go down to 12, and I'm probably going to push myself down to 10. I really need to get a white mana. And they just scoop, just like that. I really don't know what the purpose of them scooping was. But they did, and we take our first win with the Abzan Misfits. A good old mid-rangey misfit deck of things I had laying around. It's everything but the kitchen sink. Alright. Let's see what we can throw at them this game. We do have the Amara earlier in. We'll keep this. It's not wonderful, but it does things. They're on the play. Alright, we top deck a 4th land. That'll let us play out the Poison Tip Archer. I'm playing Isolated Chapel right now just to make sure we have all bases covered for our mana. They're going to Growth Spiral in response, making me think that I overlooked an Essence Scatter, which I very well may have. Looks like we're going to be going against some sort of rampy Simic deck. Probably one with oozes. Water Knot. Well, isn't that an interesting thing? Let's get our second white out. Should I look for a forest? Or another plains? I could get another plains. I think going for a forest might be a good play here. Guarantee we're going to hit those land drops. There we go. Drover was next anyway. That might not have been the greatest of draws. I could force the trade with the Branchwalker. Is that a bad trade? They do have Water Knot available next turn. I think I'm going to force the trade. Where they could Water Knot Amara. I'm going to make them Water Knot something else. It might not be the best thing for me, but it does clear the board of more Merfolk Branchwalker, and as far as I know, they're not 3-colored yet. Alright, so it's our turn. We can get out the Poison Tip Archer, but I have a feeling they left up Counter Magic. Do I allow them to potentially Counter Magic my Poison Tip? I think so. I think we make them have the counter. We're going to quench it. Might be silly on my part. Part of me was thinking if I let them counter that, they won't be able to touch my Doom Whisper. So we'll wait on the Doom Whisper. We're not in a rush. Yeah, we'll play some Eldest Reborn. It resolved, no problem. We're going to ping them with the Soldier. Now let's see, they're blue-green. We haven't seen any flyers from them yet. They're probably going to try and play Biogenetic Ooze. Never mind. I guess we force the second concede out of our opponent. Alright. Not what I was expecting. Let's pick up a pack here. I'm always digging for new cards. I know this is not the most efficient way to use my gold, but I can't help myself. Emergency garbage. Sweet. Alright. Glad we got that. Alright, let's jump in for another game. Maybe we take another victory where the opponent doesn't scoop out of, you know, downtown funky stuff Malone. A lot of scoopage, and I don't quite see why. Both those opponents, it did not seem like they should have been giving it up. Too much mana. Subject to land flood. Haughty. It's pretty Planeswalker heavy with Vraska, but I'm going to keep it. Just because it's not a Planeswalker I get to play with every day. What is our opponent doing? Mono red. I beat a mono red deck with this in testing. It was It was very interesting. Let's not show the no, we should show the green. I don't want to run into some bizarre mana screwage. Alright, so we'll attack. We'll force them to have the burn on our hawks. Probably not going to take the trade. Could be unwise to do so, as they could push through the 1 damage, shock the hawk, and then shock my face. They bane fired my hawk for 1. And we are top decking garbage. We have 3 out of the 4 hawks in the deck. But you know what? We're still in it. We have the life gain against the red. That's going to be huge. They straight up could concede here unless... Yeah, they straight up could concede. Because they're going to burn through a lot of their hand, killing these hawks. 2 damage to me. No block. I'll just take the 1. I'll gain it back after. We found ourselves a History of Benalia. It's going to be very helpful. Push the attack in the sky. I think if they present the attack with the Gitu Lava Runner, we take it. Furthermore, if they push through with the Gitu Lava Mage, I think we also take that block. I am at 20. I could take some damage. They've top-decked a land, I believe. No, they just haven't missed a land drop. I'm assuming they've top-decked it, though. What do you do? What do you do in this position? Where's the little sapling I can poke on? Or is this something else? This might be... Where's my stuff to play with on the sides here? I can't find any of it. Alright, they're going to give us the trade. And I'm going to take it. Mainly for fear of Skewer the Critics. Want to make them hard cast it. Here, I'm going to pay the 2 life and hope that they don't have a kill on my Hualti. Let's see what they do. I think as it is, I'm going to minus her. Make one of my healer hawks nice and swole. That's fine.
Let's end this foolish tale before it begins. From the will of many,
I don't know if this is the right course of action, especially after they killed my knight. They'll be able to swing in with Gitu Lava Runner and get her. But my life total is so well preserved that I doubt they'll be able to beat me at this point. In a couple lands, we'll have enough to cast Vraska. Assuming one of the lands is a swamp, I'm wondering if I need to cut the plains and put in a swamp, or maybe even a forest. I have not drawn... Oh, that's a good draw for them. Okay, we get another forest. Not the best thing for us, not the worst. What is nice about Vraska is we can take away their experimental frenzy. Hopefully they don't get too much out of it. So far they got 2 with the Fashino Pyromancer. They got the Lightning Strike. They have 1 mana left. That's their land per turn. They found a shock. They're going to find 2 more damage with the Gitu Lava Runner. They're going to pass it over to me. I have no mana. I'm going to pass it over for 1 more turn to them. If I don't draw a black or something useful, I'm going to have to scoop. Because there's no winning this. They're going to do at least 6 damage to us this turn. 8 damage now. We have 4 more damage to take. Still 4 more. I'm going to go down to 6. I don't think there's any way I win this. And we top deck the plains. Concede. Yeah, I'm going to go into the deck real quick and put in an extra black land. As I am not drawing enough. Let's see. have 5 swamps, but where are all of them? How are we doing on our mana? Got 3 of each of the... Alright. We'll just... That doesn't feel right to cut back on the white like that, though. Yeah, it really doesn't feel right to cut back on the white. I think I cut a forest. That might do it. Alright, let's jump right back in. Abzan Misfits still feeling pretty good for a jank deck, mainly because once you have a jank deck in Arena, it tends to run you up against other decks of similar power sets. I don't know why I've been finding mono red with this, but that is the first one against mono red I've lost. And I'm not sure I have enough life gain to justify all the mono red. I kind of like this hand. As terrible as it may look, I'm going to keep it. I'm going to play out the forest in this case. I'll isolate a chapel next turn unless something more interesting presents itself. So we're going to have double history. We're going to have double history with a conclave. We're going to have triple history because I'm that good at the game. I've absolutely rigged this system. What say you? You say I need more things for my gate deck. I say it's time to duel. I wouldn't be surprised if I see them concede this. This is a very strong opener. We're going to play a ram. To that I say, I'm very, very, very sorry. But, and hear me out here. Yeah, you're gonna hate this. They say nice, so they're being a good sport. I wish Arena had a thanks button. I wish they had a button where you can say, hey, thanks. Because triple history. Holy crap. Watch me top deck history number 4. That would be the ultimate. They would probably think I just kept a hand with 3 land and 4 history. What do you do, opponent? Do you just scoop it? Or do you see it through to the next turn? If you see it through to the next turn, I'll just click this button as fast as I can. Please, let me follow through. I know I have lethal. They could be contemplating Gates Ablaze. They could be full roping us. I hope they're not full roping us. I may look like some sort of aggro deck, but I'm not. Oh boy. Okay, so the opponent decides to go for the full rope. Even onto my turn. The absolute disrespect to me. Little did they know that I am just a simple, humble Abzan Misfits deck. The jankiest of janks that happen to get lucky because I run 4 History of Benalia to carry the deck into unfair wins with draws like that. They probably thought I was some sort of mono-white aggro experimenting with a splash of black. Who knows? Yamacool. Alright, Yamacool. I got a very interesting mana base going up here. I'm tempted to keep it solely on that purpose, but I think I'm a little too afraid of mana screw. Do I keep a 1-lander? Gets me the Hawk, gets me to Amara. I think I have to mulligan. I'm going to keep this hand. We're going to play this out. Depending on what they start laying down, I might try to jam the Amara. Mono red. Interesting. I think I'm going to play out the Knight of Grace first. Let them have answers to that before they have Amara, because Amara could prove to be useful in creating the life-linking tokens. I doubt she is. Ethereal Absolution looking like an absolute dead card in my hand. We had the answer to the Knight of Grace. Once again, not having the black mana. I feel like I might have to scoop this one. This doesn't look good for me. I had to take 2 mulligans. Oh. Well, if I got a black mana, I can pretend that I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to take the trade. I can't afford to just be whittled down with no blocks. And as cool as Amara is, she's not going to do that much for me. With that, I'm going to concede. I don't know why this deck can't find the black lands. Maybe I take out that swamp and put in a Evolving Wilds. I don't know at this point. I don't know what's up with the mana base of this deck. And I don't know what's up with the curve. Maybe I do have too many high-end cards. That probably is the problem. But it is jank for a reason. Hopefully we can find a pretty decent matchup here. We've had a couple already, though. I can't complain. It just feels bad when, like, such a janky deck starts to pop off and an opponent scoops early. Or, you know, you feel like there's some good back and forth, but the opponent feels like it's over for them. Which, you know, with the mono blue, I really don't know why they scooped. And then there's that other opponent that scooped pretty early on, and I wasn't sure about that either. The triple history of Benalia, I can understand that. What I don't understand and don't agree with is the absolute full ropage that I got. This is an interesting hand. Could shock myself with the Temple Garden. But I think instead I'm going to Flower Flourish on my first turn. I don't necessarily need the land, but it won't hurt. Or at least I don't think so. Once again, finding ourselves without black. The common theme. We got a Dimir Spybug coming out. Got a Plains off the top. I'm actually going to put down Soul of the Accord. Next turn I can double Healer's Hawk, probably. I'm going to put down the token generator and make it so maybe they can destroy her and not have Surveil, which they just played. They still could deadweight the Amara. So they're going to have a 2-2 in the air, presumably a 3-3. It's an easy discard for us. It feels bad to lose the Knight of Grace. The Knight of Grace would be a 3-2 first strike in this matchup. We somehow found another Healer's Hawk. Very bizarre. What is nice is we are free to swing in with Amara and create the token. Get in the 2 damage. We do have blocks for the Spybug, but the Spybug is probably going to grow. They're going to take our Eldest Reborn with the Freebooter here. They can't touch the Healer's Hawk because it has to be a non-creature, non-land spell. We can Conclave the Freebooter, but I don't see the point. I think I present them with the trade. They might take it. That does get the Spybug out of here. I could Conclave the Freebooter. That might be a good play. I don't see why not. We get our Eldest Reborn back, and if our deck ever decides to find black mana, we get to Eldest Reborn any creature that they have out. And Eldest Reborn could eventually fetch us something from the graveyard. And we do. We find the land. We're going to attack first. They know we have Eldest Reborn. Doesn't really matter. I'm going to play it out. It might eat up a counter spell. A mill counter spell, no doubt. You know, the mill worked out very well for them. They got rid of 2 mythics, and they have their own Eldest Reborn. They're going to be able to get a Doom Whisperer back. Top decking the land. I guess Arena has finally heard that we need the swamps, and it's giving them to us. Not sure what I'm going to do against their Eldest Reborn. I do get the Poison Tip Archer. So we're going to attack first, push the offense. They're looking through our graveyard, looking at that sweet, sweet Doom Whisperer they're going to get next turn. They could take Seraph the Scales, but honestly, I don't know why someone would. No counter spell for the Poison Tip Archer. We will have a Death Touch. We will not have a Death Touch threat for the Doom Whisperer because they contempted it out of existence. All right, here comes Doom Whisperer. It's gonna be a It's gonna be a huge problem for us. We're no longer gonna have 4 damage going in, and we're top decking lands. Rena heard that I needed swamps, and it's giving me nothing but the swamps. Unfortunately, I think this is where it might end for us. They start clocking us with Doom Whisperer. Might have something to say about that. Find Finality doesn't seem bad. It might get countered, though. So I'm going to go for Seraph of the Scales and Knight of Grace. They both come back. I'm going to play out the Seraph of the Scales. It gives us a lethal block on Doom Whisperer if they decide to fly in. I could also just give it Death Touch, so it alone can take down Doom Whisperer. I'll be able to attack with it next turn. Ooh, right. The Eldest Reborn just missed our Seraph of the Scales. Well, they're going to make us discard our Knight of Grace, and they're going to get the card advantage. I'm glad I played out the Seraph of the Scales and did not play around counter magic. Usually playing discard and counter magic is a bad idea. What are they going to be grave digging? Dimir Spybug, I suppose. They're getting something back, some recurring value. Pass to attackers. If they attack with Doom Whisperer, it's the easy trade. Alright, I'm going to kick it on over to me. So I'm going to pay for the Vigilance. There we go. Go to combat and attack, and I'm just going to do a full swing. I don't see why not. If they assign Doom Whisperer as a blocker, that's fine. We'll just give it Death Touch. Like so. We probably get a cool animation for that. And then we'll push it through to damage. Doom Whisperer will die. They'll take 3. We'll gain 3. Now this is extremely good value on their part because they're using my card to kill my card. I do get 2/1/1 Flying Crappers. I'll show them the land because I just don't care and I don't want them... I could have forced them to make me discard it. They might have busted out a Thought Erasure to pry something out of my hand. So, I can't tell if they're digging through the graveyard. They touched it real quick. I'll touch theirs in response. And we have lethal in the air if they don't somehow block with the Spybug. Could kill the Amara. The Amara is not going to gain them any life. So I don't care about killing it. That's pretty annoying. We're going to do a full swing. There we go. 1 life. They probably scoop here. I'm actually going to leave the land in my hand this turn. They have no blocks in the air. They can gain 1 life off the soldier token. Go ahead. Choose a non-land card. I held the plains for you. So I did that, make them waste mana. Oh, they just board wiped us. Ah. It's going to be a bigger problem than I anticipated. We'll play out the land, and we'll Conclave Tribunal our own Amara. I don't need them getting any more life-gaining tokens. Nightveil Predator is going to clog up the board. This is going to be very good for us. It gets rid of the life linkers, and then we can exile cards from their graveyard to make flying crappers. Sunpetal Grove doesn't help us at all. We're going to... They have the Eldest Reborn. We'll get rid of the Spy Bug. We'll just get rid of their creatures. And then I'm going to have the Vraska's Contempt go away. I doubt that they can cast it from the graveyard, but occasionally you do see that 2 blue mana spell that lets you replay something from graveyard. Well, they're going to kill our spirit, push through with some more damage. It's only going to be 3. All their creatures are getting -1/-1. Honestly, what do I do here? Do I care about Disinformation Campaign? I don't think I do. We're going to select that. 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves us with 2 open mana. That's not enough for Night of Autumn. I'm going to play out Night of Autumn because they'll probably make us discard it otherwise. Destroy. Disinformation Campaign. That makes it so they can't get any reoccurring value. Reoccurring, I don't know. We're going to attack for 2. It's no big deal. I'm not sure what happened to our token. Did they kill it? They must have. Poison Tip Archer's going to be an excellent blocker. They can trade. No big deal. We'll do this. Get rid of the other Eldest Reborn. Oh, it has to be a creature card that I exile in order to get a Spirit with Flying. I can present them the trade. That's fine. I should have waited for this enchantment because I could have gotten a Spirit. You live and you learn. Oh, that's going to do 3 to them, though. So, if they attack... I think he doesn't proc on himself. I don't believe he does. They're going to scoop, though. That was an excellent game. I really liked that game. It had a lot of back and forth. I honestly thought I was going to lose, but given my life total, I stuck it out all the way to the end, and I did not regret it. Do you think we play one more? The Abzan. Have I been saying that wrong the whole time? Abzan? I'm sorry. Anyway, the Abzan Misfits deck is going to go places. And the places it'll go is straight into my favorite Janky decks. Not sure if I cut a green land entirely from it, run a 23 land mana base. That seems wrong to do, but I'm really sick of the mana flooding. Seems like not the greatest of hands, but honestly, we have all our colors. I care about the white mana for history. Okay, we're gonna go against Merfolk. Sunpetal. Well, we'll get this out of the way, I suppose. We guarantee the white mana. If I pick up an untapped land, I can get out history. That's going to be a problem for us. We're going to have to Conclave Tribunal the Deep Root as soon as possible. We're going to be totally off curve this game. I'd probably take the trade if I'm going to be honest. 6 damage is a lot to take. Alright, we have enough for our Conclave Tribunal. If I kept the Amara, I could have conclaved the Deep Root. I probably misplayed that. Because at this point, their board gets out of control. I'm not going to offer any blocks. I've straight up lost this. Is there a way I don't lose? I honestly doubt it. I think this is the end of the road for me. I should have gotten rid of the Deep Root when I had the chance. What is nice, though, is that only one of the Deep Root's tokens made it onto the Mistbinder here. If I double block the Mistbinder, I take 7. I'm dead. Okay, I don't need you to flex on me with all the merfolk that you have and show me how dead I was. We just need to move on to the next game. Got pretty unlucky with our land draws, like I have been ever since the last update. But nonetheless, I hope you've enjoyed this deck. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I'm trying to pronounce the opponent's name in my head, but I can't quite get there. I'll try keeping this. Let's get the white mana down first. If we pick up a green, I can play either Thorn Lieutenant or Amara. This is looking like mono white aggro. We don't get either. So right now we are on the history play if we pick up another white. We pick up a white at the expense of 2 life. I'm going to jam the history here. And I will give them the trade. We're down on life. We're on the defense at this point. They're probably going to play history of their own. If they do, that's alright. I can Conclave Tribunal it. Benelish Marshal. They probably push the 3 damage. I absolutely take this block. Especially without... Yes. We're going to Conclave Tribunal the Marshal. It's not a feels-good move, especially if they end up getting a History of Benalia of their own. But it's what I gotta do. I gotta clear their board. One more land of any type gives us Doom Whisper. And we get there. We hit 4-3 with our knight. And I think I try to force the trade. I don't care if I lose the token. They lose the war leader. That could be 2 life that they gain along with doing 1 damage. We're going to destroy all creatures. Do I bother fixing my top deck? I think I value that a little bit. I don't have any green, so both of these look terrible. Maybe I should have paid 2 more life, but seeing how low I am on life right now, it's not looking good. I've played a lot of 3-color decks before this expansion, and honestly, I cannot tell you why I'm having such a hard time hitting my colors right now. If I pick up a green, I can March the Multitudes. Eldest Reborn will have to do. We're going to have to choose which one to sacrifice. They probably keep Mentor the Meek, honestly. And I'm going to push through with the 2 damage, or the 1 damage, 1 life gain. Mentor the Meek doesn't scare me, but it's not something I'm willing to block. Lena and Vanguard coming down. They get a draw off of it. Wouldn't surprise me if they get a 2-drop and another draw. 1 drop and a draw is fine. Life gain off the Vanguard and 2 damage to my face. We got Temple Garden. It gives us a march of 4. Not very good. We'll pay the 2 life. It's a very sad 2 life. We'll play out the Thorn Lieutenant. Kick it back over to them. Next turn we can play Amara. They probably won't attack this turn. They might present the trade with the Healer's Hawk. Immortal Sun is a huge problem for us. Mentor the Meek does give them card draw, though. I don't know if I can let them have the card draw. If we stabilize, life gain will probably be the least of my concerns. Do get the Eldest Reborn, though. That does give us the Doom Whisperer or the Knight of Autumn. I'm going to go for the Knight of Autumn. It's kind of a riskier play, but it gets rid of their card draw advantage entirely. And I think we're getting that stabilization that I needed. I could attack with the Healer's Hawk. I think I'm not going to. I think I'm still holding up to take the trade. That's fine. That's also fine. I should be able to surprise them with a March of Multitudes. Do I give them Amara? I don't see why not. No, I don't. So they might know that March of Multitudes is coming. I have 5 creatures, 4 mana. I can march for 9. Let's see if they push an attack. So we'll do the full 9. There we go. I get a extra token from Mara. So that's going to be a total of 10 tokens. I'd say that was pretty successful. We just need 1 to block with. I don't know if they pay for it. No, they just concede. They just straight up concede. What an epic way to win. I really liked that. I really like that. They weren't dead after 1 attack, but I wouldn't be dead from their counterattack most likely. So thank you all so much for watching. This has been the Abzan Misfits. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced Abzan the whole time. It's janky, it's fun. I enjoyed it a lot, and I'm going to keep it around in my collection here. Let me know if there's anything you want to see out of my collection. Single is for singleton. There's only 1 of each card. Pauper means commons only, in case you want to see Pauper go into real games. I don't know, it's all up to you, but I have all these other decks. Yeah, just let me know. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Bye!